Committee. All members are present. A list of others in attendance will be on file in the clerk's office. We'll call the meeting to order at 5:35. Item number 2 is discuss and consider for approval the renewal of employee health insurance with Aspirus Health Plan effective July 1st, 2023. Committee, any questions or comments? Patrick?
I just have one question on this. Is there any way that we can get these before a month before the expiration of the new one? Is there any way that we can get get the new renewals before a month before the expiration of them? Okay, so what happens if it's not approved by council?
You mean at this moment? Cut.
Then people online can hear you.
Can you hear me? Is that okay? So, the state retiree health officer. And that work. They usually want more than half fire. So we try to get as soon as possible to our retirees to get that paperwork back and submitted. The last 4 years really hasn't been an issue because we've consistently either had a rate reduction or no change. This is a little different. This is our first increase in 5 years or so.
I just ask because it kind of seems like it's doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of negotiations going on back and forth. So with that short timeline, I mean, what can you really do, especially when you're meeting a month before it expires? So thank you.
Well, but Sarah, this is, I mean, we're meeting a month, but this has been kind of an ongoing thing, right? We still have a third party.
We do have, yes, we have a broker that goes back to the health insurance, and they do the negotiation. But we've been meeting, I think we had 2 or 3 meetings starting in early April.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody have anything else? What are the wishes of the committee? I'll make a motion to approve the renewal of the employee health insurance with Aspirus Health Plan effective July 1st, 2023. Second. There's a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Yes.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Item number 3 is discuss and consider for approval renewal of dental plan administration with Delta Dental, effective July 1st, 2023. Committee questions? Comments? Anybody else? What are the wishes of the committee?
A motion to approve.
I'll second. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Yes.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Item number 4, discuss and consider for approval employee health and dental insurance rates effective July 1st, 2023. Committee, questions, comments? What are the wishes of the committee? Jake?
Are we able to tell in the months leading up or the year leading up when increases are going to be expected versus when they're not? It was mentioned this was the first increase in 5 years. Was this kind of something we saw coming last year, or when would the council expect potentially the next increase?
So when we meet with M3, they provide some information as to where we would lie based off of the last 3 to 5 years. That information is given to us in the first part of the meeting, in the beginning of April. In my years of HR, I haven't seen this steady of either a rate reduction or no changes. So every year I have been expecting an increase. Happily, we have not.
Sue?
Right, so this is a yearly renewal, so obviously now this is it wouldn't change for the next 12 months. But as Sarah said, we've had some, really good years in terms of our claims, and it was pretty much an anomaly, I think, in the among employers in terms of the good rates that we had, and we were able to even negotiate reductions in premiums in a couple of those years. So it wasn't totally surprising that at some point we might see an increase. And their original offer was a 9% increase, and we were able to get it to only a 5%, which, as you'll see, is when you look at a single employee, that's a difference of $1.68 per paycheck. With a family, it's $4.84 per paycheck. So, I mean, it's an increase, but it's basically a pretty small increase. And especially if you look at the 5-year history, our rates have been very good compared to, I think, other organizations. So, we definitely believe that this is a fair rate, and hopefully we can continue our good claims experience throughout this year and then for next year. And another reason that it's kind of late is they really want to see, they want to wait to the last minute and gather all their claims to make sure they have they feel that they have a good enough estimate on what it's going to be the next year. So they kind of wait, until that almost the end of that first quarter before they start crunching the numbers and so on. So.
Thank you. That answers my question. I would just make a comment that I think it's typical for health insurance rates to go up as other people see in the private sector. I would just, as far as expectation goes for city employees and maybe the council, just to know that this is a negotiation on a year-by-year basis, and it may change going forward. I guess this is just to put that out there. So if we haven't had an increase for 5 years and now we're seeing one, that people are aware, and I'm aware, that this will be a negotiation every year.
I'll make a motion to approve employee health and dental insurance rates effective July 1st, 2023.
Motion on the floor, is there a second? I'll second it. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Yes.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Item number 5, adjournment. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Yes.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Meeting adjourned at 5:44.